Welcome to part 25 of this English vocabulary quiz. You'll hear 25 questions. Take your time, pause whenever you need, and try your best. Let's begin. Question 1. What is the meaning of regularly? Option A. At fixed intervals or frequently. Option B. In a manner that refers to something happening without pattern. Option C. Used to describe something done only on an entirely unpredictable basis. Option D. In a way that applies to a process that has no consistent schedule. Correct answer, Option A. The correct meaning of regularly is at fixed intervals or frequently. Example: the equipment must be regularly inspected to ensure continued operational safety. Question 2. What is the meaning of terribly? Option A. Used to describe something that produces only a mild and limited effect. Option B. In a manner referring to a moderate or barely noticeable degree. Option C. Very greatly or in a very bad way. Option D. In a way that relates to something considered broadly positive and welcome. Correct answer, Option C. The correct meaning of terribly is very greatly or in a very bad way. Example: the organization was terribly affected by the sudden withdrawal of its main funding source. Question 3. What is the meaning of hardly? Option A. In a way that applies to a very significant and measurable extent. Option B. In a manner that refers to an overwhelming and very large degree. Option C. Almost not or only just barely. Option D. Used to describe something occurring at an extremely frequent rate. Correct answer, Option C. The correct meaning of hardly is almost not or only just barely. Example: the report was so technical that it was hardly accessible to a general audience. Question 4. What is the meaning of surely? Option A. In a manner that expresses significant uncertainty about an outcome. Option B. Used to describe something that is entirely conditional on circumstances. Option C. In a way that refers to a possible but highly unlikely situation. Option D. Without doubt or used to express certainty. Correct answer, Option D. The correct meaning of surely is without doubt or used to express certainty. Example: the evidence presented was surely enough to support the committee's final decision. Question 5. What is the meaning of fourth? Option A. Used to describe something returning to a previous and fixed state. Option B. Out from a starting point onward. Option C. In a way that relates to remaining entirely within a boundary. Option D. In a manner referring to movement directly back to an origin point. Correct answer, Option B. The correct meaning of fourth is out from a starting point onward. Example: the working group was asked to set forth its findings at the plenary session. Question 6. What is the meaning of partly? Option A. To some extent but not completely. Option B. In a manner referring to something done in a full and total way. Option C. Used to describe something that applies across every aspect of a situation. Option D. In a way that relates to a complete and unconditional outcome. Correct answer, Option A. The correct meaning of partly is to some extent but not completely. Example: the delay was partly due to unexpected supply chain disruptions during the quarter. Question 7. What is the meaning of a clock? Option A. In a way that refers to the general period rather than a fixed point. Option B. Used to describe a duration of time rather than a specific moment. Option C, indicating a specific hour of the day. Option D, in a manner referring to an approximate and imprecise time reign. Correct answer, option C. The correct meaning of a clock is indicating a specific hour of the day. Example, the emergency meeting was scheduled to begin promptly at 9 o'clock sharp. Question 8. What is the meaning of consequently? Option A, used to describe something that exists independently of any prior event. Option B, in a manner used to introduce a point that contrasts with what was said. Option C, as a result of something preceding it. Option D, in a way that relates to a cause rather than an effect. Correct answer, option C. The correct meaning of consequently is as a result of something preceding it. Example, the budget was overspent, and consequently the project timeline had to be extended. Question 9. What is the meaning of hence? Option A, in a manner that introduces an unrelated idea or alternative possibility. Option B, for this reason or as a result. Option C, used to describe something that precedes the cause rather than following it. Option D, in a way that refers to a general observation with no causal link. Correct answer, option B. The correct meaning of hence is for this reason or as a result. Example, the data was incomplete and hence no definitive conclusions could be drawn. Question 10. What is the meaning of carefully? Option A, in a manner that involves acting quickly and without reflection. Option B, in a way that relates to acting on the basis of emotion rather than analysis. Option C, used to describe something done impulsively and with little thought. Option D, with great attention and thoroughness. Correct answer, option D. The correct meaning of carefully is with great attention and thoroughness. Example, the technician carefully examined each component before reassembling the device. Question 11. What is the meaning of once? Option A, in a manner referring to something that happens at all possible times. Option B, in a way that relates to a process repeating at very regular intervals. Option C, on one occasion or at a past time. Option D, used to describe something occurring an uncountable number of times. Correct answer, option C. The correct meaning of once is on one occasion or at a past time. Example, the results were reviewed once more before the final report was officially submitted. Question 12. What is the meaning of precisely? Option A, in a way that leaves significant room for personal interpretation. Option B, used to describe something expressed in deliberately vague language. Option C, in exact and accurate terms. Option D, in a manner that allows for considerable variation and approximation. Correct answer, option C. The correct meaning of precisely is in exact and accurate terms. Example, the scientist measured the compound to precisely the required level for the test. Question 13. What is the meaning of often? Option A, in a manner referring to something that rarely or never occurs. Option B, used to describe something happening only under very exceptional conditions. Option C, in a way that relates to a process that occurs only once in a lifetime. Option D, frequently or many times. Correct answer, option D. The correct meaning of often is frequently or many times. Example, the committee often met informally to discuss issues before the official session. Question 14. What is the meaning of mainly? Option A, for the most part or primarily. Option B, used to describe something that forms only a minor part of a whole. Option C, in a way that applies equally to all elements without priority. Option D, in a manner referring to the least common or frequent aspect. Correct answer, option A. The correct meaning of mainly is for the most part or primarily. Example, the delays were mainly caused by the unexpected failure of the supply chain. Question 15. What is the meaning of tonight? Option A, in a way that relates to a recurring event with no specific time frame. Option B, used to describe something expected to happen at a distant future date. Option C, in a manner referring to an event that occurred many years ago. Option D, on or during this present night. Correct answer, option D. The correct meaning of tonight is on or during this present night. Example, the team will finalize the proposal tonight ahead of tomorrow's official presentation. Question 16. What is the meaning of before? Option A, earlier in time or in front of. Option B, in a way that relates to events taking place in a future period. Option C, used to describe something happening at the very end of a sequence. Option D, in a manner referring to something occurring well after a reference point. Correct answer, option A. The correct meaning of before is earlier in time or in front of. Example, the full data set had never been analyzed in this way before the study began. Question 17. What is the meaning of closely? Option A, in a way that relates to something given only minimal attention. Option B, in a manner referring to something done from a very great distance. Option C, in a near or attentive manner. Option D, used to describe something examined in a very brief and superficial way. Correct answer, option C. The correct meaning of closely is in a near or attentive manner. Example, the auditors closely examined every financial transaction recorded during the year. Question 18. What is the meaning of widely? Option A, in a manner referring to something known only to a very small group. Option B, used to describe something practiced exclusively within one institution. Option C, over a large area or by many people. Option D, in a way that applies to only a narrow and specific professional context. Correct answer, option C. The correct meaning of widely is over a large area or by many people. Example, the findings were widely reported across major international academic publications. Question 19. What is the meaning of basically? Option A, used to describe something explained at the highest level of detail. Option B, in the most fundamental way or essentially. Option C, in a manner that refers to the most complex and technical aspects. Option D, in a way that relates to a highly specific and nuanced dimension. Correct answer, option B. The correct meaning of basically is in the most fundamental way or essentially. Example, the new approach is basically the same as the one used in the original study. Question 20. What is the meaning of nevertheless? Option A, used to describe something that follows logically from an earlier point. Option B, in a manner that reinforces and supports what was previously stated. Option C, despite what was just said or in spite of. Option D, in a way that adds further evidence in support of a stated conclusion. Correct answer, option C. The correct meaning of nevertheless is despite what was just said or in spite of. Example: the results were inconclusive nevertheless. The team continued the investigation. Question 21. What is the meaning of deliberately? Option A: in a manner that refers to something done entirely by accident. Option B: intentionally and with full awareness. Option C: used to describe something that occurred without any prior intention. Option D: in a way that relates to an outcome that was completely unforeseen. Correct answer: Option B. The correct meaning of deliberately is intentionally and with full awareness. Example: the statement was deliberately worded to avoid creating any legal liability. Question 22. What is the meaning of backwards? Option A: in a manner referring to movement directed toward a point ahead. Option B: in a way that relates to advancement toward a future goal. Option C: used to describe something progressing in a continuous forward direction. Option D: in the direction behind or in reverse. Correct answer: Option D. The correct meaning of backwards is in the direction behind or in reverse. Example: the team was forced to take a step backwards and reconsider the entire approach. Question 23. What is the meaning of dislike? Option A: a deep feeling of gratitude for something received. Option B: a feeling of not liking something. Option C: a strong sense of admiration toward a person or idea. Option D: an enthusiastic approval of a proposed plan or decision. Correct answer: Option B. The correct meaning of dislike is a feeling of not liking something. Example: her dislike of bureaucratic procedures made certain aspects of the role challenging. Question 24. What is the meaning of riot? Option A: a structured competition between two or more groups. Option B: a violent public disturbance by a crowd. Option C: a peaceful assembly convened to mark a shared occasion. Option D: a formal gathering organized to discuss a policy agenda. Correct answer: Option B. The correct meaning of riot is a violent public disturbance by a crowd. Example: the authorities deployed additional officers to control the riot that had broken out. Question 25. What is the meaning of crystal? Option A: a liquid substance used to conduct electrical current. Option B: a powdered compound applied during industrial manufacturing. Option C: a clear transparent solid with regular structure. Option D: a soft formless material produced through chemical reaction. Correct answer: Option C. The correct meaning of crystal is a clear transparent solid with regular structure. Example: the geologist examined the crystal under high magnification to study its internal properties. This is the end of Part 25. Great job today. See you in the next quiz.